Welcome everyone to your weekly pick a card reading for Monday the 6th of February to Sunday the 12th of February, or for whenever you come across this reading, as the messages are timeless and will find you as and when you need them. So just trust that if you stumble across these readings and you're drawn to it, just pick a pile. I'm sure there'll be a message in there that will guide you for that particular week. Let's get started, my friends. Pole number 1, pole number 2, pole number 3, and pole number 4. Pole number 1, we have the rondonite. Actually, I'll put it down the bottom here. So we have, I'll just show you that. That's the rondonite. It's a little acorn. Pole number 2, we have the Dalmatian jasper. Move those up a tad. Pole number 3, we have the argonite. Not sure if you can see that very well. And pole number 4, whoops, a little bit rolly. Pole number 4, we have the tiger's eye. Okay, so my friends, pick a pole, whether you're drawn to one of the crystals, a pile number, or just intuitively just drawn to a pile. Again, if you're drawn to more than one pile, feel free to select as many piles as you need to, and pay particular attention if there is a particular card. Once you select a pile, if there's a card that you just really draws your eye, just pay particular attention to the messages that I bring with that particular card, because that might be something that's really in there for you. So I'll see you in just a moment. Welcome, pile number 1. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. So we have the Bobcat Spirit with life is a mystery. We have strength. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands. We have hardship. And we have inner map. Okay. Just grab the energies for you, pole number 1, for this reading. Okay, so the overall energy for this week, my friends, is in a map. And the card says, you were born with a map tucked into your heart that wants to guide you with love every step of the wild way. Resist following anyone else's map, and have faith that you cannot mess up this plan that you've been given. You have access to all it takes to bring your purpose to life. Wow, what a card. What an overall energy to have for this week, my friends. Pole number 1, And I feel all of us are being asked to allow something deeper in us to guide us. I feel 2023 is really going to be a year of, I'm gonna call it following one's bliss, but it's, sorry, I've got something, a little bug on my hand. Following one's bliss. Now, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be blissful, but it means following that inner guidance that guides us to be aligned with our purpose, where we need to be, what we need to be doing, what feels right for us. Now, sometimes things can feel right for us and not be going very well. So, you know, things, we can be walking in alignment with who we are and what we are and where we're going. But to the outside world, it might look that our life is hard, or it's not well understood by those outside of you. And there's a sense when we follow this inner map, when we follow our inner guidance, it really only makes sense to us. And as I'm looking at this card, I'm really drawn to the 8 here. You know, the 8 in numerology is really about our inner power. It does portray money and like success and things like that. But in your reading, I'm just seeing that 8 as your inner power, your power. And there's a sense here of aligning with the journey that is yours. It's not easy to do, and it doesn't always feel right. You know, you'll feel guided, pole number 1, to change things or to try new things. And when we start to follow our inner guidance, it generally takes us out of our comfort zone. It takes us out of the way we did things, the habits that we had. So it doesn't always feel right. And I think that's what these cards really portray. I'm actually going to jump straight to the tarot, and I'm going to read the 3 cards together. So we've got the Strength card again, which is another 8. We've got the 7 of Cups, and we've got the 5 of Wands. So I really feel, pole number 1, it takes strength, it takes courage. And this is inner strength. This is the conviction in you to keep going, even when people outside of you, or even your ego, like that voice in your head is going, what are you doing? Because I feel, pole number 1, you're going to be making choices, or you're going to have choices that lead you away from what you've known. And I was talking about 2023 earlier, and I feel 2023 is really going to be a year where we step away from the known, from the way we've done things in the past, and we embrace new ways of doing things that are more in line with our authentic self and who we really are. And that takes time, because there'll be a fear to overcome. There'll be a sense of, you'll have questions. You'll question what you're doing, and don't see your questioning as a negative, pole number one. See your questioning as a positive. When we question, okay, well, what am I doing here? Why am I called on this journey? We might not get the answers that we need, but we're questioning the process. We're questioning the new. So we know we're on a new path. We know we're not following our habits because we have questions. We'll question. This Five of Wands is kind of like, I'm seeing it really in your reading as debates, where, or the real questioning card. People be questioning you. You'll be questioning yourself. You'll be questioning these choices that are in front of you. You'll be questioning your strength and your courage and your conviction to move forward. And that is good. It's not easy, pole number one. So when I say that is good, I don't mean you've got this smooth sailing road where everything is butterflies and rainbows. But there'll be a sense where I'm almost feeling like you'll feel accomplishment. And you'll feel, coming to this Bobcat spirit, life is a mystery. I feel that you will connect with life. Now, pole number one, this can be you coming into contact with people, with these debates, with the questions that people are asking you. You'll come into contact with people who are aligned with you, or you'll be showing people that are no longer in alignment with you. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of everything that's no longer in alignment, unless of course it's detrimental to you or to the way you want to move forward, because one of you will have to sacrifice too much in order to stay on the path that you are with these other people. But if they're, say, if friends and things like that, well, when you catch up with them, you might see them a little bit less. You might talk about other things. But I feel like you're going to be coming into contact with life, a life that suits you, a life that's in alignment with you. And a life that I feel was a bit mysterious to you before. So this can be a real pivot point for you. This could be, of course, this is not the journey of a week, pole number one, but I feel this could be a real time where you kind of turn that corner and go, I'm not going down there anymore. I just see another path. And there's mystery in that. There's newness in that. And the Bobcat spirit, life is a mystery. It's the stepping into the unknown, but it's also a sense of trusting, knowing that a life, we don't know all the ins and outs of it. We start a journey and we have a goal, but we don't know if that's where we'll end up. We have hopes and dreams, and we have a goal that guides us. But it's not a given. There's twists and turns. And I find with the Bobcat spirit in your reading, pole number one, I really feel there's a sense of understanding in that. And again, directly under above the strength card, it's this courage, this dedication, this stepping into your power, which fuels, when you understand who you are and what drives you and what you're trying to achieve, it gives you courage to keep going. It gives you that motivation. And you have the hardship card. And the card says, may I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. And I feel the beauty. Yes, this card says hardship, but look at this these grey clouds, they make rain. And look at the beautiful, I think these are foxglove flowers. You know, it feeds the earth, it waters the earth, sorry, and it makes things grow. Without water, there's nothing. I mean, we can survive longer without food than we can without water. Water is vital. And hardships teach us things. And there's a sense of, you know, things might be baffling. And I love that the use of that word in this card. Because I feel you're standing here and I feel you've got more choices. There's going to be a lot of opinions, your own and others, that come forth. So there's this real mix of choices and opinions, and people will be trying to guide you with what they understand. You'll be trying to make sense of it with what you understand, but there's growth here. And when there's growth, we're changing, we're evolving, so the newness comes into play. And when there's newness, we don't always understand everything. So this hardship card in your reading, pole number 1, I really view it as like a time to embrace who you are becoming. Embrace all the points of view that you get. There'll be guidance in them, but don't follow them all. You can't say yes to all the choices in front of you. You're really being called to pick and choose. It's a time of bringing all the information together and bringing it together to point an arrow in the direction that you are now going to go in, which is in complete alignment with yourself, with where you are going and where you are guided to be going. And there's a sense of slowing down, giving yourself time to actually be able to really look at everything in your life. Because when we go fast, we kind of can more easily go back into our old habits, because the speed, you know, when we're learning something new, we do it more slowly because we're trying to remember sort of exactly what we need to do. But when we've been doing something for a long time, we can almost do it in autopilot, and that makes us go faster. So give yourself the time. You know, allow yourself the time to look at these options, to weigh up all the questions that you have, the questions that others are throwing at you, and just take it all in and put the pieces of the puzzle together. I believe there's a map in it somehow, somewhere, that'll guide you, pole number 1. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. Love and light. Take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome, pole number 2. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. So we have the Rhino Spirit with overcome any obstacles. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have gratitude. And we have tenacity. Interesting energies. That's really interesting, actually, the tenacity with this kind of energy. It's interesting. Just let me get the energies for the reading, my friends. I'm really drawn to the pinks. I'm not sure if the colors are going to show up really well, but the real pinks in this, really heartfelt chakra kind of energy. Okay, so The overall energy for this week for you, pole number 2, is tenacity. And the card says, patience and tenacity are valuable as you discover and create your purpose. To build a mindset of persistence, you need to know that you have an important place and your purpose cannot be taken away. Your light is needed as we awaken to a new earth. Devote yourself to your path. Wow. You know, this card is really, you know, we are awakening to a new earth, both in Mother Nature changing, and we, as we are evolving as a species. And it says, devote yourself to your path. Now the first, I just got a message from Spirit too. Some of you may not know your path yet. And I feel that's where this kind of energy comes in. This uncertainty, this like, I don't know. And that's what I'm kind of getting, this I don't know. Now, we are all different. But for me, my purpose kind of just fell into my lap one day. Like I did a bit of tarot reading in my early 30s. I had some oracle cards, I had some tarot cards. I didn't really do much with them, but every now and again I'd pick myself a card when things weren't going well. And it's kind of in my late 40s that I kind of came back to it. And now in my early 50s, I'm doing these readings. Now there's a sense, and it just literally, for years, I just didn't even think about it. I didn't even see it as a purpose or anything. And I think our purposes can change throughout our life as well. But it kind of just, I feel that we stumble upon our purpose while we're doing other things, while we're living our life. And so there's a sense of, when we search for our purpose, I feel it will elude us. And when we're just getting on with our life, that's when I feel it kind of just hits us. And, you know, some of us find our purpose in our 20s. Some of us find our purpose in our 70s. Some of us are middle-aged. It doesn't matter. And like I said, we have more than one purpose. We have, well, some of us might have one, but some of us might have many, and they'll come to us at different stages of our life. So I feel the pursuit of your purpose is not what this reading's about, pole number 2. So Spirit's really kind of wanting me to really make sure that you understand that whether you know your purpose or you don't, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. When you devote yourself to your path, you are devoting yourself to what feels right for you at that particular time. So devoting yourself to your path is not going to a job day in, day out that you hate, that you feel sucks all the life, energy out of you, joy out of you, where you are resentful and you are negative and you are... Now, we all have to eat. You know, we all have to, there are, you know, the basic things that we need in life in order to survive. That's our society. So, you know, all of us, I believe all of us at one stage in our life was doing a job that did not suit us, did not enable us to grow or to blossom, but there's still something in it. There might be lessons. This Five of Pentacles, you know, it might be hard. It might feel like we're out in the cold. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're doing this wrong. It's not right. But there'll be still something in it for us, even if it's just the courage to say, you know what, I've got to find something better. I need to change. And there's this sense, I like with the tenacity, I like that they've put patience. Patience and tenacity are valuable as you discover and create your purpose. And I like how they say you discover and you create your purpose. I believe you find your purpose, you discover your purpose as you're creating a life that fits you. And that takes patience. And the tenacity comes in because there's a sense of, yes, you might have to do this job that you don't like, but maybe you can do a course after, you know, in evening classes that can move you to somewhere that better suits you. And there's a sense of understanding that you do have choices. I'm going to read these two cards together. So you have the Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle, and you have gratitude. And the card says, find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let that gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm, like the warmth of the sun. And these cards are just, with the colors on them, and overcome any obstacle with gratitude, I feel like they're so linked. There's a sense of understanding that I just got this too will pass. So if you are in hardship, if you are in that place of just complete uncertainty, which, you know, when we are not sure and when we can't make a decision because we just can't see the way forward, it's emotional. It really destabilizes us. And there's a sense of, it'll pass, accept it. You know, I look at the rhino as, you know, it's a big animal. It's a heavy animal. You know, it's a slow moving animal until it charges, and then they're fast. For the size and the weight that they are, they're actually really fast. But something's really got to push them to make them move like that. If not, they're very slow. They're heavy. They're really, like I just see, you know, the heaviness in their feet. They're really grounded. Takes a lot to destabilize them. And there's a sense that being grateful, just being able to acknowledge, well, look, this is where I am right now, and it might not be where I want to be. It might not be great, but this is where I am because of choices that I've made, decisions that I've made, things that I've needed to learn. And if you can be okay with that, it doesn't mean, acceptance of something doesn't mean that I'm accepting this, I'm just going to stay right here and that's me, that's my life, and I've got no choices. You do have choices. But you're just not in a place where I feel that you can really make choices because there's too much uncertainty at the moment, pole number 2 for you. So just understand that. Know that your emotions might be a little bit, I want to say, all over the place. I just feel there might be times where you're super excited and there might be times where you're super down, and I feel like you might have a sense that you're like riding a roller coaster. One minute you think, oh yes, and the next minute you're just full of doubts, full of fear. It's really funny because I'm getting, with this 5 of Pentacles, which I don't really ever get, I'm getting a sense of the blind leading the blind. But in this, it's not you following anybody. It's almost like you'll get an insight of your heart, of like your soul calling you. And then the minute you do, your mind kicks in and goes, oh, hang on a minute, what was that? And then your mind runs with it, and then it just can't, with where you are right now, it doesn't know what to do with it. So then the fear kicks in, and then that's this roller coaster. So give yourself time, pole number 2. Give yourself time, because tenacity, it symbolizes that it's going to take time. You know, if things happen just like that, we don't have to be tenacious because things are just rolling out so fast. It's just happening. But tenacity and patience signifies that it's going to come slowly. And I feel that our purpose, our path, gets shown to us step by step, where we actually can gain along the way understanding. And then in the middle of the reading, you've got the Ace of Cups. And I feel, you know, the aces, to me, in my readings, I always see them as a gift from the universe. So that is something that somebody says to you, a choice, guidance, an aha moment, clarity, something you read, something somebody says. It's just this thing that presents itself that makes you go, oh. Now, if you just go, oh, that's interesting, and just nothing will come of it. With the Ace of Cups, it's something that gets shown to you, or something that comes to you, an opportunity that you need to say yes to, that you need to grab hold of. And it leads, the cups leads to fulfillment. So this is so in line with your purpose, with your path. But it's the very, very beginning. The cup will be shown to you. And I feel with this energy on either side of it, the 2 of Pentacles, this unknown. And it's because of the infinity here, I just feel like you're going to be going backwards and forwards, like you're almost stuck in this loop that makes you go, well, yes, but then you'll find a no, and then you'll go back to the yes, and then you'll find a reason to say no. And this is because of the fear, because of this is so new. There, you know, you can see the obstacles. You might not even have all the knowledge you need. But just know that little by little, everything comes to us, what we need. And gratitude is going to play a huge part in this. I feel pole number 2, if you can just embrace where you are right now and go, you know what? It's not maybe where I want to be. I'm not maybe at my most comfortable, at my most productive, at my most joyful. But this is my starting point. This is where I am now. So this is where I start from. And when we accept where we are, we can move forward because we've got a point that we're starting from. So that's really important in this reading. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. Love and light. Take good care of yourselves. Go slow, pole number 2. Take your time. Take care, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome, pole number 3. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. We have Canary Spirit with Sing Your Own Song. We have the 6 of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Emperor. Oh, nice. Very nice. We have Confidence. Perfect with the perfect card. And we have Desires. Okay, my friends, just let me grab the energies for this reading. Oh, feels strong. This reading, this energy feels strong. It feels confident. It feels a real sense of knowing who you are and embracing your inner power, your inner guidance even. So the overall energy this week for you, pole number 3, is Desires. And the card says, purpose without pleasure is an unnecessary grind. Follow your senses each day to discover what your mind, body and spirit desire. Allow this to drench you, to fill your chalice with complete satisfaction. Create a purpose of service and fun, and you will have a deeply satisfied life. And you will live a deeply satisfied life. Wow. That's what a card as your overall energy, my friends. And I feel this reading is really a sense of moving you away from all that doesn't serve you, from this grind. I feel like this Desires card is here in your reading as your point of guidance. So I feel, pole number 3, it's your desires. It's things that you find fun. It's things that make you happy, purely and simply, where you sit and you feel filled up by it. You feel fed by it. When I do my readings, they never make me tired. They never drain me. I feel connected to something when I do them. To me, it's spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. But I feel connected to something bigger than me. It can be, because God, spirit, the universe, my higher self, your higher self. To me, it's all the same energy because it's all connected. And I feel connected to that when I do my reading. So I feel filled up. So instead of my work draining me, it fills me up. It makes me feel really good. And I feel that's what these desires are for you. Pole number 3, they're your guidance. Because let's go down. Actually, I was going to go down to the tarot, but now I'm actually thinking, no, actually I'll go straight to the oracle cards. So you have the Canary Spirit, and it says, sing your own song. And then you have Confidence, and it says, I'm not sure if you can read that, Confidence, Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. This is not the confidence that, because sometimes when we're confident, there's a confidence, like it says, that comes from the ego, where that confidence makes you feel better than others. This confidence is like a knowing, it's like a trusting of oneself and what we are guided to do, no matter what. It's a confidence that comes from within us, from within ourselves. Now, with the canary spirit, sing your own song. For me, pole number 3, your desires, what fuels you, what brings you happiness and joy. It's going to guide you along a new path. Sing your own song. To me, this canary spirit is finding your own path. It's speaking your truth, even when you know that others may not understand it or when they might not approve of it. It's following your bliss. And that takes this inner confidence. When we're guided by our higher self or something bigger, like the card says, larger than us. And when I mean us, I mean our humanness, our ego, our mind, our body. They're limited. But our spirit, our soul, spirit, the universe, God, limitless. And when we tap into that in whichever way we are called to, whichever way that is right for us, it takes confidence and it takes understanding yourself. And I feel, pole number 3, that this is what this reading is all about. Because the tarot, very simply, but I'll go into it more deeply, it's moving away from what no longer serves you to find your soul purpose, your bliss, that thing that lights you up, gets you out of bed in the morning, which is aligned with you, your inner power, your authentic self. Now, like I often say in my weekly readings, my friends, this is not the journey of a week. But I feel this week, or whenever you have stumbled across this reading, is when something in you is going to fire up. Suddenly you're going to realize that, you know what? When I do this thing, when I'm with this group of people, when I'm studying this, when I do this particular thing at work, time stands still. I don't clock watch. I don't get tired. It brings me something. It lifts me up. It just feels good. And it doesn't mean it feels comfortable, because sometimes it doesn't, because often our path takes us out of our comfort zone. It makes us doubt. But at the same time, it brings something to us. And you you'll feel that pole number 3. And I feel that there might be something, you might be at work talking on the phone, hang up and feel, gosh, when I'm helping people, I feel so good. When I'm solving their problems, I feel so good. Or when I'm doing my craft, I feel so good. Whatever it could be, whatever it is, I think you'll be shown that. And there's this sense that it might not be, as you move forward on this journey, there'll be things to learn and things to overcome, and confidence to be gained, fears to overcome. But there's a sense that as you're guided further and further along your journey, there's this sense of calmness that comes to you. There's this sense of it, even though it might not feel 100% comfortable, there's a sense of calmness. There's a sense of a feeling of, oh, this feels good, even though I'm nervous, or even though I stumble, or even though, you know, I'm thinking of myself here when I get muddled in my words, or when the words don't come properly, or when I'm trying to find words for a feeling that I'm getting and I struggle a little bit. There's a sense of that's okay. And as you follow your path, as you follow these desires, these things that make you happy, the errors, the mistakes, the wrong turns that you make, it doesn't matter. And confidence is, I just got the message, confidence doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. Confidence doesn't mean you know what you're doing 100%. Confidence comes when you might get it wrong. It takes confidence to know, well, I'm learning, so I will make errors. I will stumble. That's okay. I'm allowed to. I'm on my journey. I can. It's okay. Because I feel this Ace of Wands for you, pole number 3, is the universe going, here, my friends, showing you some way of what lights you up, what really fuels you. It says here, I'm going to reread this card. It says, purpose without pleasure is an unnecessary grind. Follow your senses each day to discover what your mind, body, and spirit desire. And it says, follow your senses. It'll be a feeling, my friends. Allow this to drench you, to fill your chalice with complete satisfaction. Create a purpose of service and fun, and you will live a deeply satisfied life because you're fulfilled. And it doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean it's easy. I feel this Ace of Wands is the universe somehow. There's going to be light that's going to be shed on your desires. And those desires will lead to your purpose. Things that make you happy, things that fill you up. And they're going to be in complete alignment with who you are, pole number 3. Not necessarily with who you are right now, because I feel this moving. This 6 of Swords is moving on to calmer waters, but I'm seeing it in this reading as moving on to clarity. The swords can signify your mind, it can signify clarity, and I feel that there are going to be messages that move you forward. Things people say, things that you read, there's just going to be this clarity that moves you forward, this understanding that moves you forward. The Emperor is in alignment with who he is authentically, his inner self. So he's evolved to get to this place. You know, he's had battles, if you like. That's why you can see his armor. He doesn't need to display his armor to show his strength. It's been gained in wisdom. He understands who he is and what he needs to move forward with, and to be in alignment with himself. And the Emperor guides others. And sometimes just when we are following our bliss, we show others the way. We show others that it's possible. Sing your own song, my friends. Follow your own path. And I feel that your confidence, having that deep confidence within yourself, trusting your unique path, I just got all you need to do. It's all you need to do. I'm going to leave you with those messages. Pole number 3. Love and light, my friends. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 4. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. So, we have Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. We have the 5 of Cups, the Empress, the Hierophant, Sanctuary, and Wealth. An interesting mix of cards. Okay, I'll just grab the energies, my friends. Look at these 2 5s. 5s is all about change, and the 3 in a nutshell is joy. The 3 for me, a 3, it's about creative self-expression. So it's a very creative number. But in this card, I feel like it's your joy. And then we have a 1. Funnily, sometimes the numbers don't jump out at me all the time, but in your reading they really have. So I will touch on them in your reading because they really have jumped out at me. So it's all about new beginnings, lots of change towards your joy. That's very interesting. That's message straight up for you, my friends. So pole number 4, your overall energy for this week is wealth. Money is a simple and helpful energy exchange. The more wealth you receive, the more expansive your creativity becomes, and the more you are able to heal and serve others. The whole world benefits when you receive money. Let it bloom in full in your life. Wow. Now, I want you to really be able to read this card so you can keep reading it. I hope that's really clear so you can read it. Because our sense of money, you know, we've all been working on this for a long time in the spiritual, you know, everybody's, you know, we hear it very often that our mindset on money needs to change. Money's not evil. Never has been, never will be. And our sense of, are we deserving of it? Do we think we deserve money? And wealth is, for me, in like the way I see wealth is really attached to our self-worth. because when we feel worthy, things come to us. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to have millions, but we'll have enough to be able to do what we need to do. And I feel that this is something that we're learning. This is something that we're starting to embrace little by little, especially in the spiritual area. It was very common that, if you were spiritual, you couldn't want money. You couldn't be, I guess, materialistic is the word that I'm sort of thinking of. But no, money helps us to achieve what we want to achieve, and then it enables us to benefit others with it. A doctor or a student, needs money to go and study to become a doctor. Once that person is a doctor, look at how they serve others. And it's I see this wealth card as also looking at your self-worth. Just as I was putting the card down, I also just got the little download saying, some of you might be needing money at this point in time. And Spirit wants you to know, if you need money to go on a holiday, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about if you need money to be able to pursue being of service to others, or being able to do a course, being able to take time to to have time to do your calling, for instance. If the money hasn't come, it's because you don't believe you deserve it. So there's a sense of don't get focused on manifesting money. Manifest your understanding. Manifest love for yourself. I hope this makes sense, pole number 4. As I'm talking, I'm saying to Spirit, please guide me in the words that I need to make this clear. It's like, don't concentrate on the wealth, concentrate on your self-worth. Concentrate on loving you, and of really believing that this is worthy. I love how the Empress is in the middle of your reading. She is a card of abundance. She's a card of wealth. She's a card of self-worth. If there's a card in the deck that understands their self-worth, it's her. She knows that she is worthy to receive. She doesn't understand the word lack because she doesn't believe that she should lack. And that's hard for us as human beings, to see ourselves as so worthy that there should be no lack in our life. Now, because I've come down to the Empress, I'm actually going to read the Tarot first, and then I'll come back to the Oracle cards. There's this sense with this 5 of Cups, and I'm just with the 5 on it. I'm getting pole number 4. All you have to do is change your mind. Now, I feel like something in your past, actually, Spirit has just corrected me. He's asked me to say the past is behind you. Something in your past which normally I read it the other way around. I'm always telling people to turn around, but this time Spirit has asked me to not say that. So that's very interesting for you, pole number 4. In your past, there was something that didn't look abundant. So you followed a path that did look more abundant. 3 cups as opposed to 2. This is not your path. This is not your path. Something in your past, something that you loved doing that maybe you don't do anymore because it didn't bring you enough. Something that fulfilled you, because these cups are upright, these cups have fallen down. This didn't fulfill you. Probably brought you more money, but it didn't fulfill you. This fulfilled you, but maybe didn't bring you enough money. So you thought, I'll chase the money. Now this could also, I'm saying money because you've got the wealth card and you've got the Empress, but it could be status. You know, here you could be a manager, or you could be a CEO, or you could be the top of your game. Here you weren't, but there's something in this, in an old job that you had, in a pastime, a course that you might have done ages ago. But there's a sense that it was before you did what you're doing now, or it could even go before that. It could be something that you were doing in school. But it really brought you something. It really fulfilled you, because this is the cups. This is fulfillment. You know, and there's a sense with the 5 of Cups, sorry. If he turned around, he doesn't just get these 2 cups. He can go over the bridge and get the castle. It leads to more. So, and I'm also seeing that this 5 of Cups is also looking at the wealth. Your wealth might not come from where you think it comes from. There's a sense of lack in this. So even though you've gone to where you think you're earning more money, where you think, oh, I've got more status, I feel this is ego driven, so it doesn't fuel you, it doesn't fill you up. It doesn't encourage the feeling of self-worth. And then you've got the Empress and the Hierophant. And with the Hierophant here, I'm almost getting, this could be an area of spirituality. It can be an area of higher learning. Like I'm seeing these keys as like the keys to wisdom, the keys to clarity, the keys to more knowledge. So there's a sense here of, it might have been something that you studied or dabbled in a long time ago. And it felt right. It definitely filled you up. It's definitely in alignment with who you are. And I feel with the 5 on the Hierophant, it's very different to what you're doing now. Now that's quite specific for you. And I feel pole number 4 to really being drawn to say, okay, I'm talking of it here as in, because we've got the wealth card as the overall energy, and wealth generally is generated by what we do in the world. It's our craft, it's our job, it's our business, our career. So I'm very drawn to say, you know, this is a money career kind of reading, but see how it plays out in your life. But there's a real sense here of the Hierophant as well. Makes me think that it's something in your past, because this is tradition. Now, the tradition I'm kind of getting is it's something that somebody's done before. Is it following somebody's footsteps and you didn't want to? You know, I just got some of you didn't want to work in the family business because you don't see the benefit in it, but somehow you're going to turn it around and maybe make it more prosperous. Again, that's only a message for some of you. But it's your higher self calling you to whatever this is. It's your self-worth that is going to get a boost from this. And it's divinely guided. Interestingly enough, we've got the ant spirit, time to collaborate, and this is a 1. So this could be collaborating with family. You know, like I've got this kind of feeling about a family business that you didn't want to go into. You wanted to forge your own path because you think, oh, it's just a little business, but your ideas might make it change or grow, or something that you did a long time ago. But time to collaborate, this ant spirit to me is, and it's a new beginning, it's a 1. So it's a new path, it's a new way of thinking. Do you think you have to go it alone? Do you think your self-worth comes from doing everything by yourself, for yourself? Our higher self knows that collaboration is wonderful. It helps us to grow and to see things that we couldn't see before. It opens us up to new opinions, to new ways of doing things. So there's a sense here that, you know, even this can be like going back to study, you know, like a course environment when there's not just you learning something in front of your computer or, you know, learning that way, but learning as part of a group. You've got the sanctuary card, and it says, a sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath, enter, and sit down on the throne of your own heart. That's very much the Empress energy. This, and even the way this is written, it really just makes me think of your self-worth, of knowing that deep within you there's this inner calm, inner knowing, inner understanding. Almost like everything happens for a reason. We're guided for a reason. People come into our life for a reason. Sometimes for a long time, sometimes for a short time. This reading, poll number 4, is really about your self-worth, and really, however this plays out in your life, however this means to you. Wealth doesn't elude you because you're not worthy. I've just got the download of wealth doesn't just come to you because of what you're doing. It's your belief in what you're doing. It's your belief in who you are. It's that inner guidance, the guidance of the universe, the higher knowing, the higher understanding, your beliefs, your faith, your trust. That's the sanctuary inside of you. I feel like not only will people be drawn to that, but so will resources. I'm saying pole number 4, it's all coming. Trust and believe in yourself first. Know that you can. Know that just by being you, you are worthy. Beautiful messages, my friends. I'm going to leave it there. Take good care of yourselves. Love and light. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.